it's been massive. So most of our franchisees have come from social media, either through my following or someone else's.
You want to talk about
Yeah.
which channels you typically?
All of them. Twitter and LinkedIn, I have the biggest audience. That's where I'm most active. It's huge. Like I've just learned that basically a personal brand is the highest leverage thing I can do. And that took me a little while to realize. And I know business owners where like it's like they don't ever realize it, or they're like 10 years into their business and they're still trying to figure it out. And the reality of it is you just make content that you think is interesting, and people who also think that's interesting will follow you. And if you do that enough, you develop enough goodwill and a big enough relationship with a big enough audience that then allows you to further and it feeds into everything else you're doing. And we're doubling and tripling, quadrupling down on that this year, and have been. We've found employees from my content. We've found mini franchisees from my content. And it's less about like, hey, buy a rolling suds now, and more about like, how do we talk about franchising in a way that makes more sense? How do we franchise more responsibly? And how can I add value to those who follow me? And it's wild. Like I go to these conferences and people come up to me and they're like, Aaron, you look great. I'm like, never met this person before. You're like thin. And
Expected
I'm
you
like,
to not look great or what?
like this guy commented on my weight, which is like fine, I guess, but it's also like, I've never met you before.